Good day to you, McNeese. Welcome to our first 2014 edition of Inside McNeese. I am Steve Corbin.
I'm Corey Graneisen, and we thank you for tuning in.
Our first story tonight is about the new Seed Center and Innovation Lab for McNeese. It is now open, and if you're looking to start your own business, that is definitely the place to be.
The NAACP has a lot of events planned for this February. There'll be singing, dancing, poetry, even a Martin Luther King impersonator.
That should be really fun.
This week in SGA legislation, there was put forth an amendment to make McNeese a smoke-free campus. This measure is to meet compliance with new state law. If the SGA passes it, it will go to a school-wide vote.
Well, students, for those of you who smoke, would you like to perhaps consider a better alternative?
Our correspondent, Adam Harris, is here to give us news on e-cigarettes.
Well, thank you, guys. As you mentioned, there is a resolution that's going forth already to make McNeese a smoke-free campus. And to catch up on further information about this story, I went to Lake Charles Vapor and talked to Ken Livingston, the owner. All right, we're here with Ken Livingston of Lake Charles Vapor, and we're here to talk today about e-cigarettes.
So what the vapor allows an ex-smoker to do is it gives them a different nicotine delivery system, and then also addresses the mental addiction of that cloud, that puff coming out. Because to us as smokers or ex-smokers, that's a relaxing thing to us, and that works on your brain. So we come at it with both angles, rather than just slapping a patch on and forgetting that we also have this mental addiction. There is absolutely no secondhand effects. I mean, study after study, it's almost laughable. It'd be like saying that there are secondhand effects of coffee that is steaming because there's caffeine in it.
There are different types of ranging from all different prices. This is the throwaway kind that starts off at $7 to $8. You can also get the blue. These go for about $15 or $20, and they have refillable cartridges in them. Or you can go all the way up to these that cost about $20, and these also have refillable oil in them. So is e-cigarettes harmful? That's up for debate. Ken Livingston says they're not. But they're having a city council meeting this Wednesday at 326 Pujo Street to discuss whether or not they're going to ban allowing these to be used indoors. One thing that Ken Livingston really stresses is that this is not smoking. These are vapors, water vapors that are emitted. So I think that it is a safe alternative.
We look forward to really hearing back on what happens at that meeting from you in our next edition.
I'll get back with you on it. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Mr. Harris.
Thanks, Corey.
Now we turn our attention to sports. McNeese baseball season has officially begun, but our correspondent Levi Powell gives us a preview as to how the Cowboys season may unfold.
Thanks, Corey. The Cowboys had a great start to their season on opening weekend, and I was able to head out to the ballpark to get in on some of the action. McNeese State University opened their baseball season with a bang this weekend, starting out 3-0. The Cowboys were able to defeat an SEC school, Missouri, a feat that has not been accomplished since a win over LSU in 2000. New head coach Justin Hill is leading the Cowboys this season, and things are looking up after a disappointing season last year. We caught up with the coach, our new athletic director, Bruce Hemphill, and a few fans.
Well, with Coach Justin Hill and his staff just starting out, I think we've got a great future with it, the electricity, the energy, the focus that they're bringing to the program. I think great things are ahead for McNeese baseball.
Yeah, I think as far as a program, I think we're in a really good place from a recruiting standpoint. We've got a really good area here to recruit to. As far as this year's team, we've got a bunch of older guys on this team who've been here for a while, and they're ready to win. And they've come to play every day with a great attitude. And so we're looking forward to this year. I know the preseason polls really weren't kind to us, but that's just something they have to write for early in the year, and a lot of that's based on how they finished last year, and that really has no bearing on us for this year. And I'd say the same thing if we were picked first or if we were picked last.
I think the baseball team is going to do pretty well this season. Came to the game last night and they ended up winning 9-3, so it's a pretty impressive start to the season. New coaching staff and everything, so we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty excited.
They're going to work hard. I think they're going to be able to control their attitude and effort, and I think they're going to hopefully give themselves a chance to win the games at the end of the year.
I think they'll do really well with the new coach coming in. They should do really well. So far they started off the season beating Chicago State. I think they'll do pretty good this year.
The Cowboy Baseball Pavilion is a spot located on the third base line, and it is right by the beer garden, and it allows for fans to rent it out for parties, church gatherings, business gatherings, and it's just an opportunity for a large group to gather.
Don't forget to reserve the patio for your parties at the McNeese baseball field.
Looks like the Cowboys will have themselves a fantastic season.
Yes, indeed. They finished the weekend 3-0. They will be back home this weekend with a 3-game series against UT Arlington.
We hope to see all the Cowboy fans out there at the baseball field this weekend.
In the next edition of Inside McNeese, join us as we spotlight various nightlife establishments in and around the lake area. Each week, we'll be telling you a little bit about an awesome spot for McNeese students to hang out. Be sure to tune in for McNeese After Dark.
For the past 3 days, there's been quite some controversy here on the McNeese campus as an individual has decided to express his First Amendment right, but to much disagreement by the McNeese populace.
That's what the gospel message is all about.
Since 1999, Mac Bergault from Kennard, Florida, has traversed North America with a soul-wrenching message to college students, a call to repentance from sin. But as we can see, his message isn't always taken so nicely.
And you obviously don't read that book. Most ordained ministers are humanists, and you obviously don't read that book whatsoever. They haven't, is there sin in your life? The only way you could be here right now is I had a young lady here earlier. You would not be is this your boyfriend? Yes. You're a whore and whoremonger. What you are. I'm glad you brought him out here. You're having sex with this girl, and you're an ordained minister.
I talked to Director of Student Services, Toby Osborne, to find out exactly why this man is allowed to be on our campus.
Through the years, last 20, 30 years, there are dozens of court cases where folks with these kinds of religious agendas have come onto campuses and they've been removed by authorities for trespassing or for speaking offensive language or whatever it might be. The court's been pretty consistent in determining that, that what one says in a public forum is paramount, that it is.
Even Jesus showed up to put his 2 cents in.
Well, I figured I'd show up today because I've been getting a lot of complaints about this guy on campus putting everybody in a bad mood with his sensitive views, I guess, and putting everybody in a real slump this week. So thought I'd do this, try and brighten some days up, you know, let people know that they don't have to take this seriously, that they don't really need to give attention to something that bothers them. Trying to make people happy, I guess. But smile.
That was a lot of controversy here on campus for those 3 days, but there was a great student turnout, which we can't say about a lot of McNeese events.
Yeah, that's true, Corey. A lot of University of Mississippi students are finding something else that is quite unusual also. While surveying land for a new parking lot at the University of Mississippi Medical Center, officials found more than 1,000 bodies thought to have been patients of an old Mississippi lunatic asylum.
In order to move the bodies to a new burial site, it would cost the school an estimated amount of $3 million. That's $3,000 per body. Now that's freaky.
Yeah, that's some freaky stuff right there.
And don't forget to join the Visual Arts Department Friday the 21st for Gumbo. For $10, you get one of 500 bowls created by McNeese art students filled with delicious gumbo.
Don't eat the bowl. That will just about do it for us here at Inside McNeese.
Please remember to check us out on social media and feel free to let us know what you think about the show or even what you would possibly like to see on the next show.
Until next time, everyone, I'm Steve Corbin.
And I'm Corey Greneisen. Stay classy, McNeese.
Stay classy.